She said only kinky sex.
Hello, it's Amanda, the real deal Serrano, and I would like to give a special shout out to Can't Talk Too Much and Punch Gang.
Hello everyone, it's three-time world champion Victor Ortiz. I'd like to give a shout out to Cam Talk Too Much.
Hey, this is Monique Billings from the WNBA's Atlanta Dream, and I'd like to give a special shout out to Cam Talk Too Much.
What's the deal? It's the champ Shannon Cannon Briggs. Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ. Shout out to the Cam Talk Too Much in the Punch Gang. Keep punching on the opposition.
So let me slide, do a crime like we Bonnie and Clyde, and I never hide. Meet me outside by my fucking ride, and this shit real.
I want to give a big shout out to my best friend Cam Talk Too Much, Punch Gang.
Cam Talk Too Much.
Like all the time. Said you mine, why the fucking line? I ain't even had no basics like all night. If you want me back to myself, we can make it dust, call me fucking Roosevelt. Hey boy, you know what I'm saying.
Okay.
Salute everybody. Salute, man. We back in the building with another boxing interview. So today, y'all, we have Jordan Thornton. He new in his professional career. He looking to make his own stamp in the sport. Welcome, Jordan. What's up, brother? How you doing?
How you doing, dog?
Oh yeah, I'm good. So I appreciate you coming through. And hold on, your nickname, is it The Flash?
Yeah.
Okay, The Flash is Almighty Flash, so we can make sure we get it right.
Yeah, it's just Flash. I put Almighty because I was making a little Instagram thing, and I wanted to try to at least make it stand out.
Okay. Salute. My boy Jordan, The Flash Thornton, man. We got him in the building. So to start off the interview, fam, I like what I'm saying. Can you tell us how you got started in the sport of boxing?
Man, that's okay. Back when I was a kid, I was a young kid, man. I grew up, my mama, I didn't grow up in the best situation growing up in life. And, as a child, man, you going through being homeless and struggling and, not really having your dad there at certain points. And, it kind of got to me. And one thing always stuck with me, I used to love watching boxing growing up. And one thing about me, I was always fighting. I was a good kid. I was never in trouble. Doing stuff I wasn't supposed to, but I was always fighting. And, for a long time, my mama and them didn't want me to fight. No one wanted me to fight, but I knew, I didn't want to be in that same position again. I didn't want to be struggling again. I didn't want to see my future like that. When I have a wife, kids and stuff like that, I don't want to see that life anymore. And any other kids or people who need help, if I could help them through my boxing, that's what motivated me to get behind it. It took a long time to get there, to get the box, because family didn't want me to, but I did it anyway, and it's turned out. I took a big risk, and it's turned out the way I wanted to.
Okay, most definitely. Salute. And look, whatever you want to say on this platform, however you want to say it, you're welcome to. We ain't no censor platform. We pride ourselves on keeping it real. So I appreciate that. And to be honest with you, yeah, that's most definitely hell of a thing to overcome, especially not having that father figure and, being homeless, this and that. That's most definitely something to overcome. So salute to you for that, brother. So I do want to ask you this. What were some challenges that you faced in your career, amateur and professional? What's some challenges?
Woo, okay. So this gonna be a lot for the young fighters too. You're gonna run into my biggest upsets, man. You're gonna run into bad trainers. That was one of the biggest things. Bad trainers, bad teammates inside the gym. That's a big thing. You can go in the gym. You have a lot of motivation, a lot of hype. You want to, about yourself. You want to go in there and work. You're gonna run in there with some egotistical teammates. You're gonna run there with some coaches that want to show some favoritism or not pay attention to you because they don't know how to truly teach or be a coach, and they're going to waste your time. They're going to say you're not that good. A lot of things gonna happen. You're gonna have some losses. You're gonna come with losses. One thing about boxing, I want people to understand, is gonna come with losses. There's no such thing as any man that walked out of this sport. At some point, you will see a loss. You're gonna deal with not believing in yourself. You're gonna believe it. You're gonna have points where you question. And there's been times where I've had questioned myself. I've had bad days in the gym, terrible days in the gym. I've had terrible nights in the ring. And it breaks you down a little bit. And my biggest thing, I say, you want to have a good team by you. People, not only just team, as you want to have good family support, you want to have good teammate support, you want to have good coach support. Because if you don't have that, it's really hard to do something with this sport. You can have the belief, you're gonna work, you're gonna bust your ass, you're gonna do whatever. But if you don't have the right people by you, this sport can turn from heaven to hell really fast. And I had to deal with that. But I was able to overcome it, and I found the right people, and now we're making some moves.
Okay. So the trainers, people at the gym. That was some challenges. So let me ask you this because you kind of answered it. So what would you tell anyone wanting to pursue boxing? Because I seen a few of your things on your IG, on your Instagram, that you got the amateur experience,
Yeah.
and you 1-0 right now, right?
Yes, sir.
You 1-0 right now, so you fresh in your pro career. So what would you tell anyone wanting to pursue the sport of boxing at any level, professional and amateur?
I tell them strictly this. One, don't hang your head down because you had a bad day in the gym or you took a loss. It come with it. It's called learning. That means you need to turn up. One thing I'm gonna strictly tell anybody: believe in yourself, believe in your ability, believe in your speed, believe in your power, believe in your chin, believe who you are, who you believe that you can be, because that is gonna mean a lot when you step between them ropes. You can't sit there and go into a gym and get down on yourself and you want to hang your head low. You're not putting that work in, or because you don't think you're gonna be like that or anything. Nah, you'll beat yourself. The biggest things that you need in boxing, you need to have it in here to believe, and you need to have it in here. But if you don't have it up here, you won't have it in here. So you must strictly believe that you can do something with this.
Okay. That's some good advice, and that's some advice that people they could take that inside the ring and they can use that. You know what I'm saying, in their daily life. So salute to you for that. So right now, currently, what weight are you campaigning at, or what weight you choosing to fight at right now?
What? Well, 168 for for my regular pro career, but for the team combat league, I'm stick at 175. For my that's just my natural weight, staying at fighting at 175.
Okay. So you spoke about the team combat league. So okay, I'm gonna share the screen, and I'm a because I got some questions. Hold on one second.
Cool.
Let me I'm about to share the screen. Give me 1 second, and let's go and talk about this. Cause hell yeah, I most definitely seen this. Hold on. Okay, here you go right here.
It's good. It's good. It's good. It's about good. I've been training so hard. This is I've been training so hard. Yes, sir. I've been training so hard. It's me, man. Yes, sir. Come on, Flat. My name is Jordan.
All right, we're gonna stop it right there. All right, hold on one second. Let me get back to the screen. All right, so first off, man, salute to you. So when it comes to the team combat league, because I know that's something that's new out here.
Yeah.
So how did you come across it, or how did you hear about the tryouts?
There's some guys like Devin Young and some guys who are already on the team at my gym. And one, I didn't even know that thing was real. Like I didn't even know that they had a team for boxing. I seen them in my gym training and stuff. My coach was like, they on this boxing team and they making money and stuff. He was like, Flash, you should try out for it. And I was like, it's a boxing team, okay. So they seen me training, they see me hitting the mitts, and they seen me, they first they can hear it when I throw in the jab. It's like pow, they can hear it. Because when I hit, I'm quick and it's loud. It's pow. And they can hear it. And they see me putting combos together. They see me doing all my movement. They see how quick my hands are. And they're looking at me and they're watching how hard I'm working. And they actually told me, like, hey, you should try for, for the team, for the spot or whatever. And I was actually, for 168 and stuff. And they only had stuff for like 160 or 175. I can't make 160. That's dead. But I said, okay, I'll try for 175. And, I built, cool relationships with at least, some of the guys, and they're really respectful. And, I seen that team. I was like, man, this is a good opportunity to really change my life, put me in a better position with boxing. And I said, man, I just, when I get that opportunity to try out, I'm gonna go hard. And shit, I'm gonna take full advantage of that opportunity.
So, okay, and I ain't gonna lie to you, man, from what I'm seeing, that's exactly what you did. See, I seen you putting combos together, I seen you pivoting, and I ain't gonna lie to you, it looked like you knocked the hell out of him. So, how would you rate that performance from what we just seen right there? How would you rate yourself? Because I know us as people, we always our biggest critics. So, how would you rate that performance of what we just seen?
Man, for me, because y'all didn't even get to see the first day, because I actually had 2 back-to-back stoppages that weekend.
Oh yeah.
And and I could say, the first day I'll give myself, I'll give myself at least a 7, even though I didn't get hit or anything. I knew I could have like probably stood there with the guy a little bit more, and things, but I was just, countering the guy, catching him. Second day, the video you guys seen, I feel like I really put a lot of my skill on display. If there's things I could have did a little bit different, like I could have added a little bit more jabs and stuff, but I knew I didn't really need to. But other than that, I definitely feel like I displayed, and I give myself a 10 for that day, because I displayed the fact that I'm above the majority with my skill. Like, I didn't even get to show the full resume of what I can do, but that right there meant a lot to me. Like, that whole performance that day, that meant more to me. It felt like winning a championship to me. And I knew the guy was going to be in there was going to be tough. He had a punch on him. He got a stoppage with 1 punch the day before. And I seen him. I said, I want to go against him, because if I can shut him down, and he's a southpaw, and I can just straight up whoop him, I know for a fact nobody else here can, and I can do it pretty. I said, nobody else here could ever see me.
So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it because matter of fact, because that was gonna be my next question. Well, it wasn't. Well, I'm gonna let it lead in, but I want to ask you about this. What was the emotion like? Because it did seem like you was a little emotional. Like, what was the emotion like? You know what I'm saying? You in there doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? In front of some on a big stage, really. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm in Texas. You in Atlanta, right? Or that
Yes,
happened
sir.
in Atlanta?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so like, it's a bigger stage, your name is getting known, you know what I'm saying, by different people, a lot of people seeing you. So what was the emotion like? Because we seen you, it looked like, you was emotional, you felt like your hard work was paying off, but just kind of break that down to us.
Man, it was amazing, bro. Like, because y'all didn't even get to see like the full clip, or y'all didn't get to see like the full sparring and like what I really got to do. But it was amazing, because it really felt like all the ass whoopers I done took, all the hard work, all the times my coach done yelled at me, all the sprints, all the miles, all the push-ups. It all is paying off. All the back-to-back 6, 7, 8 punch combos. It finally paid off. And I knew there was a lot of people in there that believed in me. And there was guys in there that once have doubted me, guys who told me I should quit, guys who disrespected me. And by the end of that, they were all cheering my name. And I'm not gonna lie, for the first time, I actually cried seeing myself, actually watching the video, then watching the interview and all that. I actually cried because I was like, wow, I did it. Like I did it. Like it everything I said I was gonna do, I'm making it happen. My mama sent me a long, beautiful message before the week before, and I was just nervous. I had a lot of feelings and thoughts going through my head, and I had my biggest support with me that day too. During the weekend, she was there with me. My woman was there with me, and it meant a lot. It meant the world because I could really say finally I made my place. I'm making my place and showing I'm meant to be here.
So that was one of my next questions. Was going to be, what was one of your most memorable moments so far in the sport? And it sounded like, this opportunity right here was. So salute to you. Most definitely salute to you for that. So going forward with the league and with the team. So you did make the team, right?
Right now we're waiting until February for the last part of the trials, but I definitely believe 110% I'm gonna be on that team no matter what. They want me. they want me. They made it sure to pull me to the side like, yo, come over here.
Yeah.
Even the coaches like me. So
and that's what's up. And one thing I will say, what I'm saying, this is our first time speaking, but you do seem like a pretty humble guy. And then when a person is humble or whatnot, and a person thankful for the opportunities that's being presented to them that make them teachable or whatnot. So, that it's more that you can learn and more, you know what I'm saying? Is this one of your first interviews right here?
this is now my second because the Team Combat
Okay.
League was my first. And this is my second. So it's like this is like still blowing my mind right now.
Oh yeah, salute to you, brother. One thing, and I respect everybody who get in that ring. I respect everything about the sport. So shit, salute to you. And you know what I'm saying? More doors most definitely gonna open up for you or whatnot. More doors gonna be opening up for you. I can see it, and you really did put in some pretty good work out there. And you saying that wasn't even everything. So to
Oh
be
nah,
real.
it wasn't everything. Oh, I got more. I can't wait to show you guys.
Okay, so do you know any details about the combat league? Because I seen a few. I guess the last season I watched a few things. So do you know about like how many rounds it
Hmm.
is, or how many minutes the rounds and everything? Can you kind of break that down to us for the people who
Cool.
kind of new to it?
So what it is you fight for one round. So it's like, well, now it was 18 rounds last year, it's 24 this year, but that's for everybody pretty much going in rotation. So it's one round, 3 minutes, but you gotta fight. You gotta fight either hard as you can or as smart as you can. Basically, you going on points, knockdowns, or knockouts.
Mhm.
And that's pretty much what that is. So, and when you're done, another person gets in there, and then y'all, rotate out. And then some people might go in there for a second round, not everybody, but some do from what I've seen and what I've learned. But it's all about that one round. You go one round, you give it everything you got. Or you be in there as smart as you go in there as smart as you can.
So does the fights that y'all participate in through the Team Combat League, does that go against y'all? Does that contribute to your professional record?
Nah, they got their own little record. It goes to box rec, but it has its own little thing. Like, you got your amateur, your pro, then you got TCL. And TCL is still part of the pro thing, but it got their own little league. Like it's pretty
Oh,
much
so it
like
got
the
its own
NBA.
bracket on BoxRec.
Yeah, like the NBA or NFL.
Oh, okay, cool. Cause I got Hector Camacho Jr.'s pulled up. It say Box Pro, Box Sam, and all about. Okay, so
Yep.
it's a thing for TCL. I'm gonna have to
Yep.
look that up because hold on, let me see if I can look this up. Because I know, because see, to be real, the league got a lot of notoriety right now because I know Greg Hardy was fighting in
Yeah.
there. I know Michael Hunter. It's a
Yeah,
few different fighters that
I'm actually pretty cool with Michael
Oh,
Hunter.
okay.
He's a cool
I see
dude.
what you're talking about. Oh, you say you and Michael Hunter got a relationship?
Yeah, he pretty cool. He a pretty cool, relaxed guy. I talk to him every now and then. He's a respectful, cool dude. You know, I've always been a fan of him. And the fact that he even decided to message me back and then we actually like have conversation every little bit, it's like, okay, that you a cool dude.
So let me ask you this then. So salute for that. So what other people, they may be professionals, amateurs, what's some people that you know what I'm saying you've done work with, or some people who may have been, a good coach, good trainer, a hard puncher, good sparring partners. Tell us a little bit about that, like some people who done gave you
Ooh,
some good work and good instruction so far.
ooh, okay. Now I've been in there with some guys. Like, okay. Now I'm a really go for more now for the people more I've been in there with in recent time, because this is where I can say where I've been at my best. And being at my best and getting good work is really where I see it. And now there's also I've been in there. It wasn't a spar, but I've been there with a guy for a fight back in my earlier in my amateur career. This guy's name is Victor Reynoso. He's an undefeated pro right now. I think he fights at 154, 147 now, but he's like what, undefeated, got a few knockouts. Really cool guy. You can look him up. Um, I've been in there with there was a guy named this kid named Brian. I think was it it's Brian and Brian. It's some I gotta remember his last name, but he's an amateur. You actually I don't know if you've seen on the Team Combat League. He's a guy. If you go look to the Atlanta Attack page, them hitting the bag. It's this guy with this dark skin dude with dreads. He's really good, man. I've been there with him a few times. He's giving me a lot of good work, man. A lot of good rounds. Like me and him we've gone to war, man. That kid ain't got no back. He ain't got no type of like quit in him. He ain't got no back in him. Like I've caught him with good shots and hurt him, and he still keep coming, and we be catching me, and we'll just be going at it. Like dude, yeah, he got my respect 110%. I've been in there with some older guys, some guys who were former pros, former world champions. This guy named
Oh
Yaya,
yeah.
he's a ring announcer. Yep. He's what, 50 now, 50 in his 50s, but he still got it. Like, been in there with him. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, ooh, they throwing some jabs at me and moving and stuff. I was like, okay, you still got it a little bit. I'm like, I didn't know no 50-year-old man can move like that. I like, I
Yeah,
had to get a
had you
little
on your
serious with
toes.
him.
Yeah,
Oh,
had you on your toes out there. So
there's another guy, one more guy,
uh-huh.
Sandre Simmons. He just turned pro. That's probably one of the best work I've ever been in. Like I've been there with a lot of guys, but when it come down to a skill level, we call him Dash, but his name is Sandre Simmons. I want everybody to look out for him. That dude right there can fight.
So Andre Simmons, I'm gonna look him up. I'm gonna check him out. So I also want to ask you, let me kind of ask you about this. So let me ask you about the fight that just happened this Thursday between. It's two fights I want to ask you about, because I'm gonna ask you about the Shakur and Edwin De Los Santos fight, because that
Yeah.
was controversial in the boxing world. But also, I want to speak to you. I'm gonna ask you your prediction, since it's close to your weight class. The fight that's going down this weekend coming up between David Benavidez and Demetrius Andrade. So let's talk about the Shakur fight first.
Ooh.
What you think about the Shakur fight that just happened on ESPN via Top Rank Thursday night? What's your
Honestly,
thoughts
I give Shakur his credit for it because, for a fighter who basically had a bum hand and wasn't feeling well, the fact that you were able to not get hit and win every round decisively with one hand, even if you had to play it safe, people overlook that. I said, but that takes a lot of skill and discipline, because he went in there with a guy who's not only was a dangerous puncher, a guy who has high level skill as well, couldn't land a shot on Shakur, couldn't figure his jab running, couldn't do nothing against him. You couldn't beat a guy with one hand, or at least touch him, or outpoint him. He had one hand since the beginning of the fight. It's like it's like, everybody was giving, Shakur crap. But I think he handled business, and the fact is that he did what he needed to do to win, because at the end of the day, the point of the game is to go out there and win. You're not supposed to go out there because the fans want you to win a certain way. If you literally are not in physical health and shape to go out there and perform the way you naturally know how to, don't do it. Just go out there, be smart, win. And that's how you do it. And that's exactly what he did. Floyd done had to go through a Carlos Baldomir when he didn't have Roger in his corner. And Carlos Baldomir was like 30 pounds heavier. Crawford had to go through it too, not feeling good. Other fighters been through it before, and it will never be the most entertaining fight, but as long as you get the win, that's what matters.
And I think the flack is coming from kind of like this. Shakur, he's a very vocal fighter. He gonna
Yeah.
tell, he gonna speak how he feels, and also he gonna make those call offs or whatnot. And especially with things, from the Frank Martin, the alleged him ducking the fight, and from him turning down the Devin Haney offer or whatnot, and him basically chasing around the Haneys. I feel like people were expecting a more thrilling performance from the way he been speaking as of late. So I feel like that's where the backlash coming from, because okay, if you gonna talk the talk, they really expect you to walk the walk in a certain.
That's why you're not supposed to talk too much.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you're not supposed to talk too much. Like, if because end of the day, we never know, anything can happen. We can fuck ourselves up. we can be sick, and then we can't perform the way we normally know how to perform, and then we don't look the best, and then now it's like promoting a movie or a video game, and it got all this hype behind it, and then you get to it, and then it's like, wow, this is not what I expected. And that, I feel like, is what really messed up. Like you said, it was all the talk, it was all the hype, and it messed it all up.
Oh, matter of fact, I'm gonna squeeze in another one before we talk about the Andrade and the Benavidez fight. So what you think that's gonna happen on December 9th? We got Devin the Dream Haney, we got Regis Prograis. So when it come to Devin Haney, I flew out there to Vegas and I was in attendance. I should have wore that shirt. I was in attendance for the fight with Lomachenko when he defended his undisputed crowns. I'm a Devin Haney fan. Been watching him since he was out there in Mexico, campaigning out there and fighting. I'm a Haney fan. Also, when Regis just in June, that was June. Regis went to he had a hometown fight in New Orleans. I also went out there to that fight. I didn't have to fly out there because I'm in Texas, so I drove or whatnot out there, and I watched both of those guys fight and watched both of them basically, you know what I'm saying, put their titles on the line. So when it comes to them, I'm a fan of both, but I'm more so leaning towards Haney. I feel like more so at 140, he'll be more hydrated, and I feel like a problem at 135 is, you know what I'm saying, we done seen the pictures of him looking like Skeletor and all that other shit. So I feel like he'll be able to sit down on those punches more. I feel like he'll have more power, you know what I'm saying, without being as weight drained. But and also Regis, he not no
slaps.
Pushover.
He ain't no slaps, boy.
For real, he got the power too. He just stopped some pretty good guys. I'm leaning towards Haney in this fight because I feel like after that performance against Zorilla that Regis had, he looked so flat-footed in that fight. And watching it live, I was saying, I'm like, damn, he look hella flat-footed. I'm leaning towards Haney in that fight, but I feel like that's a true 50-50 fight.
Yeah, it's definitely a true 50-50 fight. Like, because, you got to think about it. Both these guys, they're coming off of some shaky performances. And, one thing I've noticed from Haney, halfway into a fight, the last recent fights, halfway in, he starts getting hit because he starts getting tired. And then Regis, he can't get so caught up and want to perform and be all special because then he get off his game. And then one thing about him, he's cutting down from maybe 160 and going to 140. So Haney's going to have to worry about, you're dealing with a guy who's naturally bigger. So he's going to have to play it smart maybe go into the later rounds, make sure his conditioning is fine, and start picking bro apart if he wants to beat him. He don't need to exchange with him. He don't need to, be in the pocket with him for too long, because that's gonna be a much bigger guy, a stronger guy, and he just is a little awkward. He gonna throw punches at in any type of weird angle, any type of little movements. It's gonna be a fun fight. It's gonna be an interesting fight. It's gonna really, I feel like, test them both on their boxing and their durability.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. So that's gonna be an interesting. It's gonna be real interesting. You know what I'm saying? Especially should be a good fight for the
Yeah.
sport. But the fight that's coming up, Demetrius
Ooh.
Andrade and David Benavidez. That's two people that's around your weight class. That's two people. You
Ooh.
know what I'm saying? That everything go right, you could possibly be meeting them one day and be sharing the ring with them. You know what I'm saying? One day. But how do you see that fight playing out right there?
That's now, like I've been telling everybody, that is a clear 100% 50-50 fight, because David, you got to think about, styles are going to clash here. You got a southpaw who likes to move, has a lot of power and speed and awkward punches, and knows how to survive in a fight. And you got a guy who knows how to let his hands go and come forward and put the pressure and land certain shots. Now it's going to be harder to do that, because now you have a southpaw in front of you that's moving in different angles, different weird little spots, and then throwing whenever Andre, he likes to throw when he see it. As soon as he see it, he gonna let it go, and then he gonna have to be worried too, because he will exchange with David. He has just as fast as hands as David, and he might let him go and not get to a point where they both going at it, and they both might open themselves up. This is a fight where whoever is smart, who is stronger through them later rounds, because the fight is going to get real once it gets past 6. That's when it's going to get real. It's going to see who been dedicated, who been living right, who has the right game plan for this fight. Benavidez don't need to be following him around the whole fight, because if Andre wants to, guess what he gonna do? Dance, dance. If he feel like he up, Andre gonna play it safe. He ain't gonna be stupid. And if Benavidez, he don't need to follow him around. He don't need to, overextend his shots. What he need to do, he need to cut off the ring, use his jab, put the pressure on, put them combos on him, stick to the body. By halfway through that fight, you can have Andre hurt. But if Andre has him frustrated, Andre gonna win that fight. That's gonna be, that fight right there has so much into it that people are overlooking, that this is gonna be a classic right here. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
And you right with it. And look, I agree with a lot that you're saying. And I feel like they got to go in there. They got to make each other respect their punching power. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
When it comes to Demetrius Andrade, we done seen him, you know what I'm saying? We done seen him, show shakiness with his chin and whatnot. So him, also, he may have to, bite down on the mouth guard, and he may have to, you know what I'm saying, just plant his feet on a few of the shots.
Because he's going against a bigger man now.
Yeah, he's going against the bigger man. And initially, if you look back at the Caleb Plant fight, Caleb, he had him a good game plan. He had him a good thing going on, but it's that tempo. Are you able to keep that tempo going for 12 straight rounds, especially if he's not respecting your punching power? I feel like that's going to be an issue too, because, the first, like you say, first 6 rounds, you made it halfway, you know what I'm saying, to the finish line, but you still ain't crossing. So you get what I'm saying? If he just walking you down, and especially I could see him digging to the body too, especially moving too much. He gonna try and stop that movement as much as possible.
I can see it. It's gonna be them long, awkward shots too, them uppercuts. That's what's gonna be.
He punches and bunches, and he punches. Both guys can punch from different angles, but to be honest, I feel like right now, see, when it comes to Benavidez, he's still young in the game. He got a lot left. Andrade, he hasn't taken a lot of damage in the sport or whatnot, but he is old.
He is old. He's 35, I think, right?
Yeah. He about that age. And this the type fight that makes guys step up, you know what I'm saying, they level of this make them step it up a level and step it up a notch. You get what I'm saying?
It'll make them bring out the things that they know, the things they've been working on. You know, because a lot of fights, you know, you go in there with a guy, you might not have to use all your weapons. You might not have to use your jab that much, or you might not have to use that counter. You might not have to use that step over that angle of that shot. You might not have to because, you know, you don't got that guy in front of you. But there's going to be that one guy you get in front of, you're going to have to pull out every trick out that bag to beat him.
Yeah, most definitely. So I got a couple more questions. We've been on here about 35 minutes. So I got a couple more questions I want to ask you before we wrap it up or whatnot. So if for anybody who and they asking, you know, who is Flash? Who is Flash? What would you tell them about who you are? Introduce yourself basically to somebody who may not know you but wants to know more about you.
Well, if you want to know who Flash is, Flash, and I want everybody to remember this. I'm going to be the greatest the world has ever seen. They don't know me, but when they know me, they're going to see I'm going to be the greatest they ever seen. And I put it on everything I love and everything I believe. I have everything it takes, and I have it in my soul, I have it in my spirit, and I have it in my heart. And I know I can prove it, I can do it, and I will achieve it. And I'm dedicated. And that is the main thing I want them to know. And I'm also a man that doesn't want to be just remembered for the boxing I do, but how I treat everybody in the world and how I gave love to the world, not by just my fist. I want to be remembered for who I am and how I help this world heal. Because boxing is bigger than just boxing.
And like I told you, I'm a play this because like I told you, man, I'm a boxing guy. You get what I'm saying? So let me play this clip. I don't know. You may have to. It may say muted once I play it, but you may have to press unmute on your thing. But I'm not sure. But let me play this clip. Then I'm gonna ask you the final question before we get up out of here. Hold on.
Whether it was Allah who was saying it, Elijah Muhammad, or whether it was something that someone wrote about you after you'd gone, what's the thing you would most like people to say about your life? He was a great champion, or what? What would you like people to think about you when you've gone?
I'd like for them to say he took a few cups of love. He took 1 tablespoon of patience, 1 teaspoon of generosity, 1 pint of kindness. He took 1 quart of laughter, 1 pinch of concern, and then he mixed willingness with happiness. He added lots of faith, and he stirred it up well. Then he spread it over a span of a lifetime, and he served it to each and every deserving person he met.
Hey, you reminded. Hey, once you said that, that's what you had reminded me of, brother. I can't lie to you. So salute. So this gonna be my final question that I want to ask you. You kind of answered it, but I want you to kind of reiterate it. So when it's all said and done or whatnot, you young in your career, but when it's all said and done, what would you like your legacy to be in this sport? What would you like to be known for?
Man, I want to be the person. I want to be like Ali. That's who I love. That's my idol. And who he was and the things I learned is a lot from who he was and what he created in this sport. And when it's all said and done, it's like, it's cool that everybody, they'll get to see, how, good I am. But I want the world to see me as the person that helped heal the world. We see the world was going on right now, so many things, so many people hurt, so many people struggling. I want to be that guy that helps a lot of young kids, the people who are struggling, the kids that are homeless, the people that are homeless, the mothers. I want to give young fighters a chance. Man, I want to be able to give the world a chance behind boxing, somebody a chance, something. If I died after everything is said and done, I was at least able to help one person, I feel like I did something special.
Hey, most definitely. Look, I appreciate you, brother, for coming on the show. I'm gonna end the stream just once I play this last thing. Just stick around for one more second. But yeah, hey, I appreciate you coming through for the interview. And I'm pretty sure you done gained a lot of people who gonna be following your career. You gonna gain some people who gonna be fans. I'm gonna put your links in the comment section, well, in the description. Also, I appreciate you, and I feel like this a good way for us to end this off. So let me play this clip before we end it.
Everybody has to win their own way. I'm winning my own way. Like, for the first time in my life, I'm proud of myself. Everything I've been through, and I look at where I'm at now. And I always hear people say, without a test, you can never have a testimony. But like, for anybody that's suffering with depression, or you done been through something in your past that was traumatic, we are not our past. Every day you have an opportunity. Every day is a new opportunity to find your gratitude and be better than what you was.